Hello, I am Linda McGuire, a professional musician, neuroscientist, and gerontologist. And I'm happy to introduce today a sophisticated new way that uses music to stimulate health, invigorate memory, and improve cognition. It's true. These vocal techniques in the SingSmart Musical Memories Series have been professionally developed and scientifically validated. In pleasurable 50-minute vocal music sessions, I sing and lead you through concise vocal techniques, mini voice lessons as it were, and use both nostalgic and new songs to stimulate the brain through invigorating vocal resonance that targets nerve, bone, and brain tissue areas. This technique also increases healthy, vital oxygen supplies to the heart, lungs, and brain, resulting in both memory and cognitive improvements. These tapes were made immediately after a popular scientific study in aging populations and represent the exact music and techniques of this study. Our data revealed significant cognitive improvements in many mental state testing, clock drawing abilities, and in quality and overall satisfaction with life. When a person sings, many parts of the brain fire and activate. As a professional singer of many years, I know exactly how to engage the singing voice and make singing feel easy while eliciting beautiful sounds. As a neuroscientist and gerontologist, I know the power of music to stimulate, change, and restore your body and brain health. So join me now to discover, enjoy, and explore the healthy benefits and fascinating dimensions of singing, as well as the joys, the stories, those special feelings, and many other positive aspects of singing that can improve memory, improve your mind, improve your mood, and improve your cognitive performance. Let's go. So let's start singing right away here. We want to sit up straight in our chairs as much as we can, uncross our legs. It's hard to sing when your body's all crunched up. So if you can uncross your legs and keep them uncrossed while we sing, that's going to work better for you. Now we want to have our nice buoyant torso as much as we can. You can pull your shoulder blades together in the back to open up your sternum and the muscles that keep this area open. And you also want to do our rowing exercise where we open our back muscles, which contribute to our ability to take in breath to sing with. So, good news. Breath and singing and resonance. This program has, just a heads up here, this program has several areas where the voice sings quite high. And when that happens, as we sing, we want to keep the buzz in our jaw, our teeth, and our nasal conch. They call it a conch for a reason. There's vibrations there that you want to maintain. And there's also an area higher up. There's a pocket of space in your bones, up above and behind your eyes, that you want to try to resonate when we sing high. So we're going to start today with the sound of music. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. And if you're blowing air into the bones of your face, you can feel the vibrations. But in this program, we're going a little higher in the voice. And it just happens here and there in the songs that are coming up, and I'll show you where they are. Good. So, and you know what? The hills are alive. We can see Julie Andrews out in the mountainside with green, and that skirt is swaying and her arms are open. We remember that song, I'm sure, from the Sound of Music movie. But I'm wondering if we could replace the halls are alive, because that's what I want. Most of us are surrounded by walls and halls at this point. Me too. So, you know, to keep the world around you alive with music, you don't have to be on a mountaintop to sing this song. You can go out into the hall and share it with your friends. So let's try that. The theme song from The Sound of Music exercises a higher vocal range and forward-placed vowels. In the opening section, the word the, hills, is a neutral vowel. It relaxes and primes facial muscles to sing that second higher note. The hills are alive. And in each phrase is something similar. That ta, 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 long, short, short motif continues throughout the piece, but it kickstarts the initial string of longer fence post notes. The hills are alive with the sound of music. These notes provide sustained vibration and stimulation in prefrontal tissue and potentially stimulate areas involved in long-term memory storage, executive function, and planning. Music, songs that are sung for 1,000 years, etc. This higher vocal range demands improved posture and a physiological buoyancy in order to funnel that higher sound and escort the resonance into the higher resonating bone pockets of the skull and face. Therefore, increased respiratory and diaphragmatic strength is needed to produce these higher sounds. Going on, the middle section also carries that ta, 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 long, short, short, but it's continuously repeated in this lower medium vocal range, but now uses more forward vowels. Beat like the wings of the bird that fly, wings on a breeze, which potentially stimulates lower prefrontal areas and stimulates Broca's area, for instance, while invigorating this area with the actual text. So it's getting it in both directions. In the coda, or tail of the song, ascending long and short, short, ta, 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 it demands more breath flow and muscular involvement to enable the notes as well as provide this natural crescendo that my technique coaches throughout our sessions. As the voice goes higher, the voice naturally gets louder. Due to the brevity of this last section, it's good to repeat it with this higher is louder general concept in mind, and get used to sensations of the voice blooming with resonance as it goes higher. Ta 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 ta. Singing is sensation, so this higher range provides kind of a friendly hurdle in overcoming issues with those who are timid about singing. And we'll sing once more. Buzz in the face, teeth, nasal conch, and as we go higher, behind the eyes. All bone pockets and sinuses that we all have, but don't use as often unless we're singing. This is my String of Pearls song for you. And I was thinking recently that you can also look at it as the sounds that we sing. We want to land on these, the notes that we sing. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. I call it a string of pearls thing, but you can also look at it as a big long banquet table, and you have a big turkey and salt and pepper, and then you have a big thing of mashed potatoes and salt and pepper, big thing of green beans, salt and pepper, and etc. into the desserts and everything. So you don't really pay a lot of attention to the salt and pepper. So you have Edelweiss, Edelweiss. You just want to look at the main goodies that are on the table. All right, so let's give that a try. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you'll greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. And when you repeat it, you want to make it bigger and grow with it. Grow with your voice. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Nice low song that lets us lean into the voice, lean into those notes we're singing, really engage our respiratory system. And as we take these breaths and we sing and we press the sound out, oxygen is pressed into our lungs. And then we get the resonance from the sounds that we create, and it makes us feel good. It releases endorphins, dopamine. Music is associated with dopamine, which is just a wonderful, wonderful chemical in our brain that enables to feel good, and it enables activity and ability to process our environment and be satisfied with that. It's a good thing. All right. Edelweiss outlines ascending and descending broken chords throughout, punctuated by easy, predictable melodic lines. These broken chords and leaps exercise vocal muscles that work in conjunction with auditory abilities to match pitch. They employ areas of the brain such as temporal, premotor, and very refined striatal and limbic motor networks recruited to pair with these accurate tonal placements. I coach focus on these longer sustained notes in order to internalize the song experience and maximize vibration outcomes in these brain tissue areas. If you're rolling air through your vocal tract and landing roundly on each vowel or pearl while creating vibrations in your teeth, nasal conch, and facial bones, you can literally feel the resonance in various brain and tissue areas, especially the brainstem and sternum. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every more. You can feel your vibrations here, and here. My fingers going bzzz. And if the sound's produced here, and you're feeling vibrations here and here, the tissue and the vibrations go to those areas and vibrate the tissue that are in between the voice and the area where you feel the vibration. Due to the thickness of our skull, the resonance in other brain areas are less visceral, but the resonance is produced, projected, and reflected internally, but a little more difficult to sense, but it is there. Oh, it's hard. You can feel it maybe through your temples, but you can't feel it as viscerally as in the brainstem and sternum. Targeted resonance, improved physical posture, and enhanced oxygenation are primary functional objectives in the SingSmart vocal technique. Our next song is on page 2, and this one, chicks and ducks and geese better scurry with the shiny little surrey with the fringe on the top. Lots of words, very articulate, so forward, crisp consonants as much as you can say them. Very wordy, very different from the Edelweiss, which is big string of pearls. This is like very chattery. And you know what? You can put in your own opinion on what's going on with your shiny little surrey and enjoy singing it in that regard. For that shiny little surrey with the fringe on the top. Sing it again with more feeling and opinion. Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry when I take you out in the surrey. When I take you out in the surrey with the fringe on top. Watch that fringe and see how it flutters when I drive them high-stepping strutters. Nosy folks all peek through their shutters and their eyes will pop. The wheels are yeller, the upholstery's brown, the dashboard's genuine leather. With eyes and glass curtains you can roll right down in case there's a change in the weather. Two bright side lights winking and blinking, ain't no finer rig I'm a-thinking. You can keep your rig if you're thinking that I care to swap for that shiny little surrey with the fringe on the top. Shiny little surrey with the fringe on the top. This piece begins low with articulate consonants and a playful chatter about animals and is a very memorable song in elderly cohorts. The old-fashioned surrey is intriguing and fun to sing about. It reflects a historical cognitive experience that is meaningful but light and humorous. This song elaborates on the features of the surrey, including the isinglass curtains and genuine leather. other details as well as this playful pride of the ownership. It's a beautiful cognitive gem that engages both motor action and personality. The diaphragm is engaged to articulate using marcato or hammer these wordy notes of the song, chicks and ducks. Combined with cognitive values of the story, it's easy to engage the notes and connect them to a personalized opinion of the scene and its humor. The text remains on a single pitch for 5 to 7 notes at a time, which gives us a chance to practice on a single note. Our next song is Beauty and the Beast. This is another relatively new song, but it's got wonderful words and it's a wonderfully composed song. And so it's another one of these that just sing themselves. Tale as old as time, true as it can be, barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast. Enjoy. Tale as old as time, true as it can be, just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast, ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. Tale as old as time, tune as old as song, bitter, sweet, and strange, finding you can change, learning you were wrong, certain as the sun, rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. What a wonderful song. Enjoy it. Learn it with me. Our next song is Beauty and the Beast. This is another relatively new song, but it's got wonderful words and it's a wonderfully composed song. And so it's another one of these that just sing themselves. Tale as old as time, true as it can be, barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast. Enjoy. Tale as old as time, true as it can be, Beauty and the Beast. What a wonderful song. Enjoy it, learn it with me. This song, Beauty and the Beast, is new to most, but has true musical integrity that most listeners can relate to and remember, such as the idea of opposites successfully attracting, as in the story of Beauty and the Beast. Just a little change, small to say the least, both a little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast. This implies fearlessness to take risks, as an unlikely couple unites. Ever just the same, ever a surprise, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. This is the promise of the best of relationships and human beings. The melody is singable, well constructed. It exercises the voice in a limited range, but manageable, while the rocking, oscillating accompaniment propels the tune forward. An upward modulation and new tonality in the reprise requires a new energy in the voice. This heightens musculature and vocal demands that should deliver an energized physiological response in the singer. The lost chord. Let's read these words. Seated one day at the organ, I was weary and ill at ease, and my fingers wandered idly over the noisy keys. I know not what I was playing or what I was dreaming then, but I struck one chord of music like the sound of a great amen, like the sound of a great amen. It flooded the crimson twilight like the close of an angel's song, and it laid on my fevered spirit with a touch of infinite calm. It quieted pain and sorrow like love overcoming strife. It seemed the harmonious echo of our discordant life. It linked all perplexed meanings into one perfect peace, then trembled away into silence as if it were loath to cease. I have sought, but I seek it vainly, that one lost chord divine, which came from the soul of the organ and entered into mine. Okay, that's the idea, that the music so beautifully looks for this lost chord is the name of it.
Seated one day at the organ, I was
lost chord. Let's keep looking for it, we'll find it. What a great piece. This rather long song tells the story of one simple chord that an organist found during a previous occasion. This chord struck many feelings in the organist, who is now at the keyboard searching for this chord again. This is a chord which united this musician in an epiphany of sorts. It may be that only in heaven I will hear it again. I began this practice session just speaking the words while playing the keyboard accompaniment. Music underlies the drama and cognition in these words. The greatest music in songs, however, begin with great texts, just as strong plants begin with strong, healthy seeds. Most of us have had a musical experience as such when improvising at an instrument, where we created that pleasurable, highly satisfying musical moment that then disappeared, never to be found again. The human auditory system receives and then gregariously seeks this pleasure and satisfaction. Music addresses a deep human and physiological need. When a lovely chord is struck, our brains release dopamine to reinforce that experience. The good news is that great music has composed this for us. Great composers find those chords for us, as in this piece by Arthur Sullivan. In looking for the lost chord, a rather glorious song was composed. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time may go. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, but our love is here to stay. There are a lot of things going on in this song. I want you to practice singing it to each other, if you would, when I'm not around. And looking at someone in the eye and singing the song. There's what they call syncopation. Our love is here to stay. Going ta-ta-ta-ta. Impulses, accents as it were, but rounded because it's so romantic. It's very clear. So when you land on a vowel, roll into it, if you know what I mean, if you can. And how do you roll into it? Again, long neck, loose neck, buoyant torso. Remember we talked about breathing? We have a smell breath. And then we have a back breath. Wow, that's a lot more breath. And then you pick up in your sternum, even more breath. And then when you sing, this lifts. Love very clear. Our love is here to stay. La 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 la. And the voice becomes very free when we do those things. Taking a good full breath, and then once the voice begins, it feels like the chest is just rising, just like strings are like slowly pulling it up. It's a wonderful feeling. And what's happening is that oxygen is being pressed into your lungs. Your brain is getting flooded with all this wonderful oxygen, along with the freedom of the voice enables this stimulation. So rather than singing passively, It's very clear our love is here to stay. I'm trying to make those sounds, but I can't. I have to be upright, long, buoyant, and expansive in our sternum and torso. Long neck, loose neck. This axis and atlas area is very important for transfer of energy both to and from the brain. Our love is here to stay. So, all natural sounds that have a wonderful natural effect on how you feel, innervates your body, opens your soul. You know, this beautiful thing about music is that you can say, our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay. You can say it 100 times, but when you're singing it, you can really continue to experience it. And the vibrations reinforce that experience. Our love is here to stay. And that feeling just keeps being reinforced and reinforced. And there's a huge amount of personal growth you can find through singing. So what I'm trying to help you with is to understand the freedom of the voice and the few tools, the few steps you need to take to find this free voice. If you can speak, you can sing, la 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 la. If you can, I'll say that again. If you can speak, you can sing, la 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 la. Love is here to stay. Then you get to put this wonderful thought and cognition behind a note, and you just like you experience it again and again and again in different dimensions. So try it on your own. Again, we started with some humming today. You can massage your jaws a little bit, because you better believe they get tight. Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah, ah. And we'll talk about the tongue another day. That certainly gets in the way. But to long neck, loose neck, la, and this lifts, la, 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 la. Singing is fun. We want to have happy eyes when we sing too. That lifts the flesh off these facial bones. Stay. not stay. Lifting this flesh through happy eyes makes all the difference. Enjoy, keep singing. Our Love Is Here to Stay is a great string of pearls song with syncopations and highly personalized sentimentality. Most of us feel qualified to take our spot in the limelight to sing these romantic texts. In time, the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble, but our love is here to stay. This is a classic tune by George and Ira Gershwin. The cleverness of the words combined with great vocal writing and artistry makes for a perfect vocalization that combines sensuous, sustained vowels and romantic syncopations in rich, lower vocal registers. These registers express the clarity and genuine message of romance inherent in this timeless classic. It's very clear, our love is here to stay, not for a year, but ever and a day. We have deep thoughts about relationships and romance, and those recruit those thoughts, turn them into sustained resonance, which stimulates brain tissue, oxygenates our system, involves us emotionally and cognitively. So instead of just saying it, it's very clear. Our love is here to stay. How long does that take? Not very long. But with singing it, it's very clear. We sustain those thoughts and let them grow as we sustain them. As we sustain them, we create vibrations and press oxygen into our lungs. So it's a win-win-win all around. It's our last song. It's a grand night for singing. It's a grand night for singing. The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing. The stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. Falling in love. Again, we have some high notes. Oh, same place you do oohs and things too. So get that little buzz up there and let it rock you. Okay? It's a grand night for singing. The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing. The
another one. You don't need me hacking away at the piano. It's a grand night for singing, la 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 la. So take songs with you, take the music with you. Hey, take the yellow book with you if you need to look at the words and want to keep it with you and remind you of the songs we're singing. Find your voice. Remember, stay buoyant. Oxygen, roll the sound out on the oxygen. It's a grand night for singing, la 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 la. Activation, stay active, that buoyancy and oxygenation will enable that to happen. Stimulation from the resonance of the songs. There's also cognitive values in the song. And transform, let music change you. Let it bring you into a happier space, a better state of mind, in harmony with your neighbor, and all of those good things. So the halls are alive with the sound of music, and let that happen for you. And have a great, great day. See you next time.
This song has a sweeping melody and is a favorite from the Rodgers and Hammerstein Musical Archive. It opens with a powerful sweep to the octave. It's a grand night for singing. And the octave is arguably the most powerful interval in music. This song is in 3/4 or 1-2-3, 1-2-3 waltz time, but it quickly rolls into a fast, tripping da-da-ta-da, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 that is actually within that 3/4 time, before landing again repeatedly, this time at the octave. He's throwing his heart at the sky. This song heralds the promise of an exciting evening of romance and abandon. The singer word paints as they imagine all the possibilities of falling in love. The tempo or rhythm of this song promotes healthy heart rate activation. Bum, 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 bum. Promises hope of a bright new romance. Even at the storybook level, it puts a smile on the singer's face. However, just saying and then singing the words of such a song as "It's a grand night for singing" changes the subconscious attitude and spurs focal tissue resonance, vibrations, while triggering enriched and enhanced neurophysiological responses. The octave, the cognition, the pulse of the tempo, that wonderful octave, which grand night, da, da. You have to kind of lift to make that happen. This song is very powerful and very popular. So there are reasons why, and there are ways to sing it better.